Right now at noon, a judge rules on a Missouri law concerning gender-affirming care.
We've got cloudy skies out there as we're tracking showers beginning to enter the area. We'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
And firefighters in Neosho, Missouri will be a bit safer thanks to a new grant.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Delaware County, Oklahoma authorities are looking for answers in an apparent double murder-suicide involving a mother and her 2 children. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Samantha Walker. The 3 bodies were discovered in an abandoned vehicle on State Highway 85 and 340 Road, east of Ketchum, Oklahoma, over the weekend. Authorities now say the mother was 38-year-old Alicia Penna of Tulsa. The children were a 7-year-old girl and a 5-year-old boy. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office believes Penna shot her 2 children before shooting herself. Authorities are still investigating and say they don't know what brought the family to the Grand Lake area. A Missouri judge rules a law banning some medical procedures for transgender minors is constitutional. Monday's ruling upheld a new state law that bans some gender-affirming health care for minors, such as surgery and medications. Supporters of the ban call the ruling a victory, as similar lawsuits in other states continue to play out. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey said in a statement, quote, "I'm extremely proud of the thousands of hours my office put in to shine a light on the lack of evidence supporting these irreversible procedures." Missouri is among at least 26 states adopting laws restricting or banning gender-affirming medical care for transgender minors, including Arkansas and Oklahoma. Lambda Legal and the ACLU of Missouri responded in a joint statement which said in part the ruling would deny transgender adolescents and Medicaid beneficiaries from their right to access evidence-based, effective, and often life-saving medical care. The organizations say they plan to appeal the ruling. Let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at today's forecast.
We've got cloudy skies out there. Take a look at this traffic. You can tell people are heading out for Thanksgiving. This is the MoDOT Camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Wait until we get into Friday and all these folks are back in their shopping. Our camera downtown Pittsburgh looking pretty good. Not nearly as packed on Broadway at this point, but again, by Friday, I'm sure that will change. The one consistency is the cloud cover. And here's the clouds across the area. And here are some light showers beginning to enter our far northwestern counties. Yeah, I put on the winter mode on this thing because yes, that is snow. Now that's going to stay away from us. We'll stay warm enough that it will be rain here, but snow in parts of northern Kansas, maybe even up around the KC Metro. Started yesterday at 23. Way below where we should be, but we made it up to a pretty typical high of around 55, sitting at 50 in Joplin right now, 51 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures, it's a mixed bag, some upper 40s and then the low 50s, even some mid 50s here and there. As you can see, winds beginning to shift. Here's that low pressure system that's going to be bringing us the shower chances rolling through. They wrap up by about 7, then we'll have cloudy, mostly cloudy skies, gradual clearing late, partly cloudy overnight and cold, 39 by 11. We're going to take a look at your Thanksgiving forecast and the travel forecast for you here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. Neosho, Missouri firefighters could be better protected thanks to a $10,000 grant. The Newton County Public Safety Grant is to buy an extractor washer and dryer for removing hazardous contaminants from gear. This will help protect the firefighters from exposure to toxins that can lead to cancer.
Our gear's clean without coming into contact. It gives us extra confidence that when we come in and do our job every day, every shift, that our stuff is clean, that we're not cross-contaminating.
According to the National Institute for Occupational Health and Safety, firefighters have a 9% higher risk of developing cancer than the general U.S. population. The Neosho Farmers Market teamed up with some community partners to get into the holiday spirit. Yesterday afternoon, the public could come out to the market and take advantage of the Thanksgiving Table Market, an event featuring local, farm-fresh, and scratch-made goodness for anybody's Thanksgiving table. Visitors could pre-order an array of menu items such as entrees, side dishes, baked goods, and more to be picked up today. For those who missed the pre-order window, visitors also had the opportunity to shop a wide selection of fresh-made items such as jellies and fillings, as well as holiday centerpieces. Now, there are many places during the holidays serving up a free holiday meal. Scan the QR code on your screen and head over to our events page on KOAMnewsnow.com for a list of places hosting free Thanksgiving Day dinners. Keep in mind some places may require sign-ups before you can attend, so check in with the host organization to make sure. While you're on our events page, make sure and check out all of the other events happening in and around the area. The kids at Fairview Elementary in Carthage got a head start on Thanksgiving with their own version of the Macy's Parade. The kids learned a lot about the history of the parade, and then instead of the traditional balloons, the kids displayed their original pictures of some of their favorite book characters. The Fairview Balloon Parade is the brainchild of a second-grade teacher.
Share with their families about the history of the parade and that they'll watch it on Thanksgiving. I also hope that they'll take a love of reading from this, because in my class we read a lot, and I know that all the other classes read a lot.
This is the third year of the Fairview Balloon Parade. Downtown Joplin is also putting on its holiday finest. The City Hall is lit up for the holiday season, and Visit Joplin features a fourth stained glass winter scene. The scenes adorn the front windows of City Hall and look out onto Main Street and Route 66. City officials say the displays can be viewed during any time of the day, but the stained glass effect is best viewed at night. You can see the displays through January 3rd. Coming up, a record number of people are hitting the roads, rails, and skies ahead of Thanksgiving tomorrow. We'll have more on what travelers are experiencing. And later, we're making last-minute herb rolls in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, which means people are hitting the road to spend time with their families. Millions of people are already hitting highways for the Thanksgiving holiday, including tens of thousands traveling to or through the four-state area. We hit the streets to catch up with some of these travelers to find out exactly why they're passing through.
It's been nice so far. It's been very picturesque.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice. We've never been here.
We're visiting my mom's side of the family, and her family too as well.
It's cold, but it's okay.
Many travelers say they are also enjoying the low gas prices. Missouri currently has some of the lowest gas prices in the nation. In fact, you'll find all four states in our area have gas prices below the national average. Oklahoma has the lowest at $2.51. Arkansas is next at $2.65. Kansas and Missouri round out our area at $2.70 and $2.71. In some area counties, the prices are even lower. Now, airlines expect their busiest travel day before the holiday today, but most travelers are driving. Chris Van Cleve is on the road.
On the roads, on the rails, and in the air, America is on the move to Thanksgiving dinner. Check out the backup on the Garden State Parkway in New Jersey last night. Hoping to miss that kind of mess, this couple in Texas left early Tuesday.
We're going a day earlier. We actually usually leave on Wednesdays, and we realized that it's a lot more busier, so we decided to leave on a Tuesday and kind of see how that handles out.
Carol Moore and her son took the train from Washington, D.C. to New York.
I've made plans to go see a Broadway play tonight, and to also beat the traffic.
At the airports, the TSA expects to screen 2.9 million flyers today, and the FAA is opening additional express lanes in the sky, usually reserved for the military, along the east and Gulf coasts to help keep pace with the surge in holiday flights.
3, 5, and 9. Yes. How are we feeling about this decision to travel with the family?
It beats driving the 12 hours with 3 kids in the car.
Kathy White and family left New York by air this year to see loved ones in Bristol, Virginia.
It's family, and just thankful to have them all together and have that dinner. That's what makes it worth it, family being together.
AAA expects nearly 72 million will drive this year, a record-setting number of drivers, finding gas prices about 19 cents cheaper than last year.
There's not been a better time in the last several years to hit the road for Thanksgiving and going into Christmas. Gas Buddy's tracking now 30 states with average gas prices below the $3 a gallon mark. That number could rise to 40 by the time Christmas rolls around.
The worst of the traffic should start around 1 p.m., AAA says. And then on the other side of the holiday, expect traffic Friday morning, Saturday afternoon, and of course Sunday will be the busiest travel day of the Thanksgiving period, both at the airports and on the roads. We are watching some potential for weather disruptions to slow air travel, but airlines still feel pretty good about that forecast. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Staten Island, New York.
Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Did you forget to make something for your Thanksgiving bread basket? No need to worry, because we have an idea that'll save the day.
Your local travel forecast is congestion, and our Thanksgiving forecast is cold. We'll have a look at all of that when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So a lot of folks hitting the roadways. MoDOT cameras around the city of Joplin. Boy, it is packed out there. Cloud cover also packed. But we are going to take a slightly more relaxing view downtown Pittsburgh. Our camera located at 4th and Broadway. Still not bad. Temperatures have come up a little bit. The cloud cover, though, making it look a little more dreary out there. And the cloud cover, as you can see on Skywatch Storm Tracker, is everywhere. We have some light showers that are working into our northwestern counties at this point. So not all of this yet reaching the ground, but just outside of Yates Center to Garnett, around Burlington, Eureka, and up toward Emporia, or at least just south thereof, all part of this system. Now, there is light snow. I switched the radars to the winter mode because I had a weird feeling, and I was right. Now, this is going to stay away from us, okay? We don't need to worry about it, and it's really not even adding up to that much. I was just reading some information out of the National Weather Service office in Hastings, which covers that part of Kansas. They're not all that worried about it, but nonetheless, it could still lead to slick spots to our north. So these showers will still continue to be isolated to widely scattered, but they will roll through. And just as we discussed before, by about 7 o'clock, they're done. They're out of here. Then we're just with the gusty north winds on the backside of this low pressure system and temperatures falling as we go into the overnight hours. Will be partly cloudy, still breezy, and just downright cold as we head into Turkey Day. Partly cloudy skies out there, still gusty north winds pushing about 20 miles an hour. And we're going to spend the majority of the day again on the cold side. And we'll get into details here in just a moment. Black Friday. If you're going to go camp out, I hope you can layer up or you've got some way to safely stay warm, because this is how your Black Friday is starting. The low 20s, even colder than what we saw yesterday morning across the region as we head into Friday. And Friday will be a lot like tomorrow. It's going to be cold. So even if you go shopping later in the day, this is noon. Look at this. Still into the 30s in most locations. So not a very warm day at all. So for the rest of today, again, most of us low 50s out there. North breeze gusting to 25. Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies. And again, those isolated showers. Skies will begin to clear a bit tonight, back into the 20s, at least the mid to upper 20s. North breeze still gusting to 25. We head into our Turkey Day. It's going to be cold. Quick look at the travel map around the area. So here's that low pressure we were talking about. Up to the north, look at these temperatures. Bismarck International falls into the 20s if you're traveling today. But if you're heading down south, you got a pretty nice Turkey Day ahead of you already. Hanging out in the 80s down across the southern part of the area, or the nation rather. Rain, Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis, best rain chances along I-70, and then maybe even some of that light wintry mix out there. So if you're traveling locally, just keep that in mind. In terms of travel delays for the rest of this evening, most of the worst conditions will stay off to our east with moderate to major delays as we head into Thanksgiving in the New England states. The rest of us looking pretty good. Hanging out most of our Thanksgiving in the 30s. We will eventually have some highs into the low 40s, but it'll be brief, falling back into the low 20s out there. Now we're going to look at the next 10 days. We're cold again Friday. We are a little warmer Saturday. Then we're cold again Sunday. Still pretty chilly by Monday. Shower chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. And then take a look. We get into the first full week of December, and we've got temperatures well above normal, getting close to 60 degrees in the second half of next week. So this roller coaster ride of temperatures, we just can't seem to get off of it. But yeah. Your Thanksgiving, though, it's going to be cold, so just be prepared. If you're shopping, it's going to be cold.
We'll have to keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Chris. Stick around. We're making last-minute herb rolls in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. As you're prepping for Thanksgiving, is your table looking a little sparse? We'll make sure you don't forget the bread. We're making last-minute herb rolls in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
What a week it's been. Between getting everything ready for the big feast and strategizing the best way to take advantage of all those Black Friday sales, you knew you were going to forget something. If that something happens to be the rolls, then there's nothing to worry about, because you still have plenty of time to make these freshly baked ones. When you're at the store this afternoon, pick up a couple of packages of those ready-to-bake refrigerated buttermilk biscuits. Now, rather than baking them as directed, cut each biscuit into about 8 pieces and place them in a large bowl. Add some freshly chopped parsley, a bit of dry thyme, sage, garlic powder, and a wee bit of salt. After tossing it all together and making sure all the pieces of dough are coated with the herbs and spices, drizzle on some melted butter and toss them one more time. Then all you have to do is fill some muffin cups with the dough and pop them in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. Yes, it's that easy. And since they bake so quickly, you can throw them in the oven when you take your turkey out to rest. They're so buttery and flavorful, you might consider making a double batch. To get the recipe for our last-minute herb rolls, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a freshly baked way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, isolated to widely scattered showers through about 7 o'clock. Not everybody will see rain, then they'll clear out. Cold tonight, cold for Thanksgiving, and breezy as well. Cold to start Black Friday, cold throughout the day on Black Friday. Saturday, not so bad. Cold on Sunday. Monday's all right. Showers Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and then the first full week of December, look at those above average temperatures pushing close to 60. A roller coaster ride we just can't seem to get off of.
But what I'm hearing is I need to wear a sweater for Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Maybe a couple of sweaters.
Well, thank you, Chris. Coming up tonight at 5, a new proposal would make Medicare and Medicaid cover costly weight loss drugs such as Ozempic and Wegovy for people who are obese. The move would expand affordable access to the drugs to an estimated 7.4 million people. The medication lowers the risk of problems associated with obesity, such as diabetes. Plus, a Pittsburgh dentist warns about dental risks this holiday season and what scams shoppers should watch out for this Black Friday. Join us for those stories and more tonight on KOAM News at 5. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.